It was supposed to be a regular appearance. Just another celebrity promoting his new movie on The View. But what unfolded on live television shocked both the studio audience and millions watching at home. Hollywood legend Sylvester Stallone, known for his iconic roles in Rocky and Rambo, found himself in a tense, emotionally charged verbal clash with co-host Joy Behar, leading to Stallone abruptly walking off the set mid-interview. Stallone was invited to promote his latest project, an autobiographical docuseries exploring his life, struggles, and career highs and lows. Dressed in a sharp charcoal suit with his signature sunglasses tucked into his shirt pocket, he looked calm, confident, and ready for a laid-back chat. The interview began on a positive note, with Whoopi Goldberg asking about his legacy and what it felt like to be a cinematic icon. Stallone graciously responded, even cracking a few jokes. But things took a dramatic turn when the conversation shifted to more controversial topics, including Stallone's past political comments, his views on cancel culture, and his criticism of the Hollywood system. The tension escalates. Joy Behar enters the ring. Joy Behar, never one to back down from a verbal spar, brought up Stallone's prior support of certain controversial figures in politics. "You've talked a lot about loyalty and strength," she said. "But don't you think real strength comes from holding people accountable, especially when they're undermining democracy?" Stallone, clearly taken aback, leaned forward. "Joy, with all due respect, I came here to talk about my life, my work, not politics. I'm not a senator. I'm an actor." But Joy pressed further, referring to moments in the documentary that touched on his views about masculinity, cancel culture, and his outspoken stance against what he called Hollywood hypocrisy. "Isn't it a bit hypocritical," she asked, "to say Hollywood is broken, when you've been one of its biggest stars and beneficiaries for 40 years? The atmosphere grew palpably tense. Audience members exchanged looks. Whoopi tried to shift the conversation, but Joy doubled down, citing a quote from Stallone in a 2018 interview where he criticized what he called softening of male characters in film. Stallone's voice lowered, and his tone grew more serious. "You're twisting my words, Joy," he said firmly. "You want to turn this into a circus. I didn't come here for that. I've bled for this industry. I've given everything I had, my body, my soul, my youth. I'm not going to sit here and let you reduce my entire life to a soundbite." When Joy replied with, "Then maybe don't say things that are soundbites," Stallone's expression turned stone cold. Without another word, he took off his mic, stood up, and said, "This interview's over. I'm done." The audience gasped as he walked off the stage. Backstage fallout and reactions. Sources backstage reported that Stallone was visibly upset, pacing and muttering to his publicist. He reportedly said, "I've dealt with tougher critics in the ring than on that couch." This wasn't an interview. It was an ambush. Producers tried to coax him back on for a closing segment, but he refused. Joy Behar was unapologetic during the break, reportedly telling the crew, if he can't take a question, maybe he shouldn't sit in the hot seat. Later that afternoon, Stallone posted a cryptic message on Instagram. "Greater than, dignity is more powerful than applause. Know when to walk away." Collision. The View's official account did not address the incident directly but edited the televised replay to cut out most of the heated exchange. However, raw audience cell phone footage quickly went viral on social media, sparking fierce debate. Public divided. Hollywood reacts. The fallout was immediate and polarizing. Celebrities, fans, and media personalities chimed in. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone's longtime rival turned friend, posted, "Greater than, no one should be ambushed on a talk show. Sly deserves respect. Always." Alyssa Milano tweeted support for Behar, saying, "Greater than, tough questions are part of public life. If you can't answer them, maybe reflect." Piers Morgan weighed in on X, writing, "Greater than, good on Stallone for walking off. These shows love to trap stars and act shocked when they push back." This wasn't just another Hollywood tantrum. For many, it exposed a deeper cultural clash between old-school icons who thrived on grit and glory, and modern media that demands vulnerability, political correctness, and public accountability. In the end, Sylvester Stallone's walkout became more than a headline. It became a symbol, a legend refusing to be boxed in. A man whose career was built in the ring, storming out rather than throwing a punch, not in weakness but in defiance. And perhaps, in that moment, Stallone wasn't just acting like Rocky. He was Rocky. Not defeated. Just done. Hashtag Stallone vs The View trended for 48 hours. And while no apologies have been issued from either side, one thing is certain, that episode of The View will go down in daytime TV history.